listening to
Off the Ranch.
The Secret of D'Angelo Ranch, Off the Ranch.
Episode 2.
Green screen worked, so look for more of that.
Yeah.
Right? Our first Off the Ranch was really just kind of an overview of what we were going to do and just talked about stuff as we thought about it, but we thought we would look at each episode and do an Off the Ranch sort of behind the scenes kind of discussion there. So I took notes and
like we always do.
Yeah, there's a dog. And Gigi has them. So the first thing was, the first episode was just introducing the characters, really.
Pretty much, yeah. Like the first, 5-10 minutes are just of us introducing ourselves.
Yeah. Remember they had so many qualifications that we actually had to...
Write them down.
Yeah, we finally just wrote them down because we couldn't remember it. And then we either put them around our feet or we put them like at the base of the tripod or something. Because one thing that we do a pretty good job of is making it seem like someone is filming us.
Yes.
And we went through, before this tripod, we went through at least 2, maybe 3. But I know we went through 2 that broke.
Oh, I only remember one.
No, we had 2, and they both broke, and finally I splurged, which those were only like $10 or something. This one I think was maybe 20.
20? Yeah,
I doubled the amount. Maybe 40, I don't remember, but I'll say it because I always say it every time we film. I love this tripod. It's not round, it's like kind of, the tubing is triangular, so it's very, very solid, and the nice thing is that it converts to a selfie stick. And so a lot of the shots before where we used selfie shots, you could tell we were doing selfies, but now there are shots where we're walking and stuff and we have the selfie stick just way out there and I'm holding it pretty steady, and it does look like someone is filming us while we're walking, but that's never happened. We always do the filming. Tripod, whatever. What else?
Transitions.
Oh, yeah. Again, this is more of the cinematic stuff.
Yeah.
The editing stuff.
Yeah.
Which is all me.
Yeah.
It should be noted that you don't give me a lot of time to edit. That I have little small windows like, I'm going to go take a shower, so while I'm there, you edit. And that's all I get. And it better be done. You better be at least on page 3.
He's editing episode 6, part 1, as we speak. Because
I think they just messed that up.
they did mess that up, but we're doing 2 parts to episode 6. Part 1 is completely filmed.
Yep.
And once
in the can, as they like to say in the industry.
And once part 1 is out, we'll start filming part 2.
Yes, more green screen.
More green screen.
We didn't do any green screen in part 1.
Episode 6, because now it's colder. It was gonna work.
And it's colder, and we weren't sure it was going to work. And like we said in the first Off the Ranch, we have a very doggy neighborhood, so
yeah,
and a lot of traffic. So, but yeah, I used to put in these transitions in between scenes where we kind of just go, and I don't do those anymore because after watching the show, we realized they don't do that.
They don't do that. They just cut it.
It's called a smash cut.
Yeah,
what they call it.
The reason he did transitions, but the reason he did transitions is because in regular Unicorn Elsa videos, there are transitions. So, but we haven't been doing any regular Unicorn Elsa videos. So,
what else? What have I written on?
Dragon cussing.
Oh, yeah, that was my idea. Dragon was really, really angry in the first episode.
Very angry.
Cussing, although it's clear that I'm not cussing.
It's very clear because we don't put anything over their mouths.
Yeah, so you can see my mouth. And it's clear that I'm not cussing because I didn't want kids watching it going, oh my God, so I just put the beeps in.
Plus, I'm right there.
Yeah, so I'm not going to cuss in front of her either. Well,
can't.
Unless somebody's not wearing a mask or going the wrong way while we're driving, then yeah, I'll let them have little barrels.
Candace's hat.
Oh, yes. You can talk about that.
So, yes, this is Candace's hat. But in episode 1, it was also Tom's hat. Because we only had one cowboy hat So we just used it for both of them. And so we had to go out and buy a new hat, and we decided that Candace would get the one with the cow print on it because she loves animals so much, and that we would buy Tom a new one. So the one that you saw in the last Off the Ranch episode and literally all of the other...
we just didn't have the budget. Just wasn't in the budget. Couldn't get another hat.
So...
And actually, we were just grocery shopping.
Yeah, we were just
put it on the
grocery
list,
shopping.
I think.
Yeah, we did. We put it on the grocery list.
And we saw this mangled brown hat, and we just thought it was kind of a ranch hat, really, a rancher hat.
A rancher hat,
And then we were like, man, that is Tom all the way.
Yeah.
So we put it on her, but man, that thing is hot.
Oh my god.
You would think it'd be cool because it's like vented, but man, when we're out there and it's 100 degrees or whatever, that thing just seems to absorb heat. Because remember I was like, I'm wearing this cutting the grass, and I'm like, no way am I wearing this cutting the grass. And so it's really hot.
And in episode 2, when we got the Tom hat, we actually had Dragon point it out because
we were like, we're not gonna try to even. Try to hide this. Let's just point out the obvious thing.
But also with Tom, in episode 2, he also gets a new shirt because the Tom shirt that I had in the first episode was like way too small because it was from when I was...
What was it?
That red plaid shirt, remember?
What's Tom wearing now?
That one right
my
there.
shirt. She wears all my shirts, I think.
Except this one.
Yeah,
this one is mine. But yeah.
But yeah, I forgot about that. What else do we have on there? Tom.
Jim, Tom, Eric, all talk the same.
All her characters talk the same.
Yes.
You hadn't grown into
I hadn't grown into it yet. The only person that still talks normally is Candace. Now Eric talks like this. And Tom kind of talks more like this. And then we've got Jim talking like this. So,
Well, the one that I think it was Jim was the first one you changed. And I said, he doesn't have an upper lip. Mm-hmm. Why don't you and you start doing this. And I was like, yeah, do that. And then she started talking about him, talking like him like that.
But the first character I actually changed the voice of was Tom.
Oh, really? Tom?
Episode 2, I changed his voice to be a little more...
Tom W?
Tom W, yeah, because you play Tom.
Well, duh.
So Candace is the only one that talks the same, but I still make her voice a little bit, deeper than mine, because she does talk a little deeper than me, but,
And then Eric, we were up, I think, filming the drone scene, and I started talking like him, going, and I forget who I said he talks like.
You said he talks like Michael Scott from The Office.
Oh, imitating Ryan.
He is imitating Ryan.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
And I said, he talks like Eric. And then that's where you started doing it, and it stayed like that.
It stays like that now, all the time.
And then me, Travis, I have that on there, but he's more subdued. He still talks like this, but now he's like this, like this. And that's just part of the thing when you play characters, is you can see that in any TV show. The first season, they're usually just kind of, the way that they're cast, but eventually the person playing them grows into it. And you can start seeing more dynamics from them. Hello. And then this is our ranch dog.
And our alpaca. Which you'll see in the next episode.
Yeah, alpaca's in this episode. The way that but the other thing, I was thinking about this, is it's not just how they talk that changed. It's trying to think of it. I don't know, their mental makeup. Whenever Candace talks, she's just like, oh, those poor animals. And, where Travis is just pretty much, I want to drill, and I'm so excited about all this stuff, and makes everything overly complicated, you know what I mean? And, you really sort of get to play on what motivates these people. Like this Tom, his total sole motivation from the very first episode was, I just do whatever Candace tells me.
I also want to impress her.
Yeah, I want to impress her. I just don't want to. I don't want her to break up with me. That's his whole. And he's actually more useful than that, but we just played him that way right from the first episode. We played him like that.
He's definitely not like that.
Yeah, but we made him just completely useless. But again, that's for you want to talk about his motivation is just, I don't want Candace to break up with me. Candace actually does love Tom, but we play off. that she just pretty much despises him, but is with him for some reason.
She's like, why did I decide?
You're like, why am I married to this guy?
She's not married.
Not married.
They're dating.
Yeah.
But she's like, why am I dating you?
Jim, actually, well, on the show, Jim isn't very useful. He's actually a pretty smart guy, but he does contribute some, but right from the get-go on the show,
He's just an idiot.
it seemed like Jim was always just kind of like trying to impress everyone.
Trying to impress Travis.
Especially Travis.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just as smart as you, and so we started playing that pretty early on, where it's like, yeah, let's go check this out, and then Jim would be like, yeah, let's go check this out. I got a better idea.
Yeah, because there is in episode 6 when episode 6 comes out, you'll see it. Travis goes, well, let's move on, and Jim goes, move on.
And he did that with Eric too.
In the show, he really does do that.
Yeah, he just starts repeating whatever
Travis says.
So.
And he's definitely trying to impress Travis because Travis just has so many more PhDs than him. He's just like, I'm equally as smart, but Dragon is extremely violent.
Yeah, when we first played him, because we first wanted him, the catalyst, I guess, for him was he wants to be military, but he's not military. And so we had him loaded up with knives and tasers and police baton. You name it, we had him loaded with it. And then now we've just kind of relegated him down to just, he's going to carry a shotgun around all the time. He used to have the knife at the meetings and always threatening Jim. But as his character developed on the show even, he's subdued. He's kind of a sensitive guy, whereas in the first episode he's out there with the shades on, looking like he's like some kind of tactical specialist or something out there. So we played on that.
I'm gonna go back to the characters because character development, because another character that has not changed at all is Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon's probably my least favorite character to play because although this Tom is the easiest. Because you don't say really anything, and he just is like, well, I don't know, whatever Candace wants. But Brandon's are tough because he kind of narrates, I guess. And
he's pretty much the narrator.
Yeah, and he takes it very seriously, but he's just not very much fun. I mean, he's not going to improvise on his speaking at all. I do a little bit on this one, but you have to do it with a straight face, and it's just kind of, no matter what he says, it's boring.
Yeah, whenever we film Brandon it takes like 5 minutes because we cannot be serious about it.
Yeah, I'll get this 5-minute chunk of video that I need to put in, edit in, and I'll sit there and go, okay, where's the useful part? And it ends up being out of 5 minutes, like literally like 12 seconds. That is the actual useful part. So, what else we have on there?
Eric is wearing Travis's shirt.
Again, just wasn't in the budget, people. Just didn't have the budget for 2 shirts, apparently.
But then at the end, he's wearing a different shirt.
Of the same episode, he's wearing a different shirt,
because that black shirt was going to be worn by 3 different characters.
Yeah.
Travis, Brandon, and Eric. And we could not do that. And
it gets a little ripe.
Yeah, and every episode on the real show, Eric's shirt is tan.
Yeah, every single time. And Travis is always in a black shirt. Dragon's always in his gear.
Tom's always wearing. He doesn't wear that plaid. He wears like a light blue, but we don't have a shirt like that, so we just
and it made it simpler to just we just have them wear the same shirts for every episode. I'm like, we don't want to get into.
We're not going to changing
all this stuff
out.
Plus,
on the real show, they really aren't wearing anything different. The only people that are wearing different things are Candace and Tom. Everyone else is.
Jim wears like a polo shirt.
He wears he does.
But we have him in his little black shirt because he started in that.
Well,
but he
does that coat right there.
Oh yeah, Jim has his little.
Bougie coat.
Yeah, his bougie coat over whatever, and then we combine Travis's shirt.
With
Jim's jacket.
Yeah.
And Brandon always wears glasses.
Yeah.
So.
And Candace and Tom are more casual, but we made Candace.
And that's another thing.
Yeah.
Is she wears glasses in real life, and she really can't see without them.
No.
And so when we film scenes like right now, she can't see anything.
Nope.
And she just has to do them blind, basically.
I have to do scenes blind.
Yes. So when you're Jim, she wears glasses.
I make all the smart, doctor people, scientist people wear glasses because it's just easier.
Yes, if we could have her wear glasses, then we have her wear glasses.
Yeah.
There's one scene, remember, where...
Tom wears glasses.
Yeah, you forgot to take the Tom glasses off.
6 computers in the command center.
Eric's lair.
Eric's computers. We start out with him having 6 computers.
We had the computer flanked by an iPad on each side.
Yeah, we have 2 iPads.
Then a laptop in the middle.
Yep.
And then 2 Chromebooks
And
on
a
each
monitor.
side. And there was the main monitor in the middle, yeah. At the top.
But now there's literally 2 computers.
Yeah.
The laptop, which is his, and my Chromebook.
Yeah. It just got difficult to put... Go find them all and stick them all in there.
But in the same episode, there are 4 somehow. Like, it goes...
Yeah, it goes from 6
to 4. Candace is the exact same.
That character has not changed.
No, her
Except
outfit.
what you said, she was a little emotional about
And
the animals.
a little meaner.
To Tom.
Yeah, she's a little meaner, but...
There's one scene I just finished editing where you're like, Tom says something, you're like, says we're in the car and you say something and Tom says, yeah, me too or something, and you're like, shut up. And I say in the background, I'm like, who do you think you are? Dragon? Travis?
And then I just go, why did I date you?
Yeah,
Like,
something.
why do I date you?
So I have to splice stuff and put it together, but...
Tom Lewis is the same, but he didn't have a hat.
That's true. I forgot about that. His character is exactly the same. I knew how I was going to play him right from the onset, and then, yeah, he didn't have this hat.
But the
I
reason
didn't have this
is
hat.
because he didn't own this hat. We got the hat while on vacation.
At Kings Island.
And we
Yeah.
got back and
And it says...
life is better with a dog.
Yes. So we thought that was perfect. Tom hat. It's kind of distressed in the front.
Candace makes him wear it. Introduce characters. You put that on here
Yep.
again.
I
Always.
like to put things on twice. Just look at the grocery list. Mio. Dog food.
Gatorade, Snapple. Always hear dogs.
Yeah, we talked about this first off the ranch. You always hear dogs barking, and you hear our dogs walking.
Or you hear birds chirping.
Yeah, I was like, is that on this? And you're like, yeah,
That's on
that.
this. 'Cause
Cars going by. We live on a corner house. We're a corner house, so traffic's going by a lot.
and our
so.
yards, our front yard and our backyard have lots of birds, and so they're just tweeting on.
It's because Mrs. Harley Davidson's crazy bird lady got like 10 bird feeders.
Yeah, seriously. Walkie Talkies.
Oh, we started the walkie-talkie thing right away, and the way that we did it was we still do it the same way, where the character's over there.
2
I'm
cameras.
just talking. Yeah, I'm talking into it. If it's me to you, if it's my character, your character. But the tricky part is when it's your character talking to another
Oh my
your
gosh.
character.
This episode 6, when it comes out, again, I keep talking about it, but I have to be Eric, walkie-talkieing 3 different people 3 different times. 2 times I'm playing the character on the other end.
Yeah.
So it's because he walkie-talkies Tom, and then he walkie-talkies Candace and Tom, and then he walkie-talkies Dragon and Jim. But
So how we do it is basically she records Eric saying everything he would say in the conversation.
and pausing when Tom.
Right, when the other person should speak, even though it's not real necessary because I can always just splice it in. And then we have to remember what she said in the original one, and you just pretend you're responding, and then it gets all cut and spliced together.
Yeah.
What we used to do, and this kind of ties in with the roundtable thing, we have 4 or 5 characters in there, is we would record what we said onto your iPhone and then play it back in the middle of the table while the other characters were listening to it and responding to what was recorded on the iPhone just as audio, and just talking about it is making me confused. I don't know how we pulled it off, but we did, until I realized that we can just film stuff and use only the audio from that film. So that's when I started overlapping tracks where you can splice back and forth, even though let's say Travis is speaking and he continues to speak, but the camera switches to Dragon and Tom, you can still splice that in and keep the audio from Travis speaking. So it works really nice. I use iMovie for that, which I think I said in the first episode. We use, sometimes I'll use Animatica to put in stuff, but I haven't used it for any of the ranch episodes. D'Angelo Ranch. And then the titles and stuff I use videos. OZE.
BIDDY.
Yeah, and it's really good. Really easy. Just put your stuff in there and it'll make the titles and you pick the one. The Secret of D'Angelo Ranch one with the little drums beating and stuff, that's from videos and it works really, really well. How long are we going to make these?
I don't know.
All right, 21 minutes. Okay.
Travis more subdued.
Sounds like Mama's home.
Can tell we're new at it, acting/filming.
Yeah, I mean, not just, yeah, the way that we're acting, you can tell we're not really, we're just kind of, we haven't like totally immersed ourselves in it. I don't know. It hasn't, like the characters haven't evolved yet.
It hasn't gotten like it is now.
Yeah, and like the, you know, for me, I was just getting a feel of the software and everything everything that we can do, and I'm still learning with the green screens and stuff, and, uh-oh. Okay, William's on the job. But, you know, you can tell that, like, as we've learned more and more about the characters, or develop the characters, I guess, and I've learned more about the editing, and we've gone on with that.
And we've also followed the story more, and we've also done our own improvisation.
Yeah, that has just gone, I guess would be this way, up, or this way, up. Oh, and there goes more and more improv where we're just like, why are we trying to recreate this show? Let's just do what we want to do and make these characters kind of, we lost our little background here.
There we go.
And just decided to take them in our own direction. Like we said in the first episode of this, we do follow the storyline, but we also add stuff in.
Yes.
What else you got in there?
Recorded conversation, reaction. Dragon hates Jim already.
Yes, we established that very, very early. Well, right out of the gate. Right out of the gate, Jim makes a comment. Oh, okay. It says, dragon.
Dragon.
It says that in the very first episode, although that really isn't revealed until 5?
5, yeah.
Previous episode?
I think that's correct.
Dr. Sagala.
Dr.
Really
Sagala.
But we thought we would just take that animosity from the very beginning and just let it grow.
Yeah. And another thing that I did in episode 1 that I literally don't do anymore is that at the round table, whenever Dragon would speak, I would have Jim like roll his eyes or be like, oh my god, he's talking again.
And whenever Jim spoke, we'd have Dragon
like rubbing his knife.
Like take his knife out and start looking at it.
What do you think about that, Jim?
That's where it did start from the very first episode. What do you think about that, Jim? And the PhD. That PhD's really working out for you.
Isn't it, Jim?
Yeah, because I'm like, you can chime in anytime, Jim. And so that started first episode. I was kind of surprised, but yeah, the whole, what do you think about that, Jim?
Yeah. I've never seen anything like this before. It has not begun yet. But
no, but it starts fairly early. Maybe the next episode.
Change Eric's shirt.
He's in the black shirt too. And he changed to the brown.
We're indoors a lot.
Which was nice. In the earlier episodes, we were indoors a lot.
Because,
and it makes it,
sorry, go ahead.
It makes it so much easier to film. Is she still
She's standing under it. Because in episode 1, we filmed it in the middle of a heat wave. I'll say this again. That was episode 1. We filmed it, and it was like 100 degrees outside. And so it was so nice when we didn't have to go outside.
Yeah, and it was just easier to film. It was almost like being on a sound stage. You can kind of see why they do it, so they don't have to deal with all the outside stuff.
There was no let's do it.
No let's do it. And one of the things that I was telling Gigi was, if you ever watch any show, any show, there's always someone who'll say, let's do it. Let's do it. Whether it's like, okay, we need to paint this stuff. All right, we got to get this done by tomorrow. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Somebody always says it, and Travis started saying it, and I said, see? So, of course, the let's do it's just got more and more pronounced. There's the one where I really screamed it at the top of my lungs, and it scared her. That was in the car.
And there was one time when he yelled, let's do it, and it echoed
Yeah,
through the
you can hear it
entire
echoing
neighborhood.
throughout the neighborhood. In fact, we had him doing something for this episode coming up, episode 6, where I remember a neighbor came out on his porch.
Oh my God!
And thought
yeah.
there was some kind of a domestic dispute going on or something outside, but he knew what we were doing, I guess, and he's like, "Oh, there are those idiots out there recording again." So,
all right, the last thing is the Dragon Brandon Travis phone call was tough.
yeah, anytime it's the same character doing the back and forth, it's so difficult because you basically have to record the scene 3 times as
Or
each
however many
character.
times,
Yeah,
yeah.
if you've got 4 characters, then you're gonna have to do it. If it's the same person, like I play Brandon, Travis, and Dragon, and it just so happened those 3 were on the phone, and yeah, it's really tough. You basically have to record it 3 times, the whole scene, and remember what the person said. We can still, if we ever decide to do that, we can always record it, I guess, and play it back so we can just respond to it. We've kind of learned
That's
how to
what
do
we
things.
did.
We used to do that, but we used to use the audio from the recording, which we really don't need to do anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But if we wanted to just remember word for word what the person said, we could just place it in. In fact, we should probably do it like that.
Yeah, because you know about that more than me because you, Dragon and Travis, always call Brandon.
Yeah, it's always those 2. And Brandon, of course, I'm like, oh man. And that's another thing is that it's always either Travis or Brandon that says, Travis or Dragon who says, well, we better call Brandon. Like one of them will say it. We better call Brandon. What's going on with the thing back there?
I'm fixing it.
Okay.
There.
So, but that, there wasn't a lot to really, it was just sort of vanilla the whole way
It was
through.
like an introduction episode, pretty much.
Nothing real hilarious, I
I will
guess.
say, though, that was the only episode, and will only be the only episode, where we didn't watch the original episode in advance.
Is that the only one? Really?
We were like, maybe we should start watching these.
Yeah, and then I don't even know if we were taking notes at the first one. We may have right out of the gate. I don't know. Uh-oh. We got a package delivered. So.
No, we didn't take notes for the
We
first
didn't.
one. No.
And then it started with just a few notes, and now we get like 7 pages of notes. So. Which also can be detrimental because we want to be too precise. We want to follow, okay, let's do this shot for shot, and I'm like, it's better if we don't have too many notes because we just fill in the gaps with whatever we want.
Whatever we want, yeah.
But we love doing it. And
Yeah, we do.
It's just fun. Hopefully they're going to release season 2 here pretty soon. Otherwise,
They're supposed to release it in January.
Oh man.
It usually takes us a month to get these out.
Yep, 1 month to film and edit.
Because it's currently October 24th.
And the last one was September.
September 30th.
So I got 6 days.
yes, you'll get it done in 6 days.
Yeah, I'm hopefully I'm on page like 3 or 4.
He
so.
gets in 10 minutes of editing per thing usually.
Per session. Yeah.
Or usually if I take a shower, he just edits however long.
Well, like I said, the car scenes with the music, because we didn't start that till a few episodes
Part
ago.
of that world.
It takes a long time.
That's Eric's favorite song.
And we got to start, like I said, we have to start playing the real music while
Yeah.
we're filming so it'll match up perfectly. Because right now, the tempo's slightly off, so it's hard to match it up. But
Eric's favorite song is Part of Your World.
Part of Your World, because he likes the gadgets
Got
and
gadgets and kisses. Thank you.
Dragon's all hard rock, and so is Travis.
Travis likes lime in the coconut.
And then remember, Eric's like not doing anything except taking.
He's taking this. And I actually did write real notes, and they were my favorite things. Anomalies.
Anomalies.
Data. Bovine. Walkie Talkies.
Walkie Talkies.
And then I would sign my real name, and then I would sign it Eric Bard. and in this episode 6, Travis goes, "What are you doing, Eric?" And I say, "I'm practicing my autograph."
That's right, I forgot about that.
For the convention.
That's another thing too. When I'm editing, because some of the stuff has been filmed weeks before, depending on how busy your schedule is and
Yeah.
mine. I'm like, oh man, I forgot we did this. There's a lot.
We always forget that we do stuff.
There's stuff on there. I really want to show them to you before I even get it all done, the final thing. But I'm like, nah, she likes the whole thing. Surprise. But yeah, there's already stuff that I forgot about. I'm like, oh man, I forgot about that. Whenever you talk about Jim, you're like, I don't know what happened to him in his childhood. I kept that in, so yeah, you're like, I don't know what happened to him in his childhood.
There was one episode, it's already released, I think it was like episode 4, and you're like, is that all you say, Jim? And I'm like, I haven't seen a lot of stuff before, and I almost said, but I decided not to, I was a troubled child.
Jim has a backstory that we haven't quite developed yet, but maybe we'll do a flashback to Jim as a child or something, what happened to him, and why he's so eager to impress people. But
especially Travis and like Dragon, he's just like, I want to impress you so bad.
Yeah. Why he's so arrogant about anyone without a PhD, which is true.
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't feel like they should even be in the room.
He also tries to impress the Slytherin engineering people.
Yeah.
He's like, or Casey, he's like, I'll be right behind you. I'm going to protect you.
Yeah.
I'm like, who do you think you are? Dragon?
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's about it for this one. Not a lot, really, on this episode.
No, not a lot.
It's just kind of a basic, sort of vanilla episode. Then we start getting in the groove on the next one.
Episode 2 is when it gets...
Is that with the magnet and all that stuff?
Yes.
Which has no relevance at all later
Absolutely
on. It's actually in the same episode. So anyway, so that's it for this one.
Yep.
And do your outro.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please comment, rate, subscribe to be part of our Snow Unicorn Army. Also, comments have to be approved by me. So
Yeah.
Leave.
Don't be a jerk.
Correct. Otherwise, your comment will get deleted.
It won't get posted.
It won't get posted at all. Subscribe to be part of the Snow Unicorn Army.
Again.
Thumbs up. Friend us on Twitch. It's www.twitch.tv/theslytherintwins. We were posting on there a lot, like I said last time, but we're not really. Listen to our podcast at anchor.fm/theslytherintwins. You can listen to our podcast, The Slytherin Twins, on the Anchor app if you have it. If you don't, just download it, and you can make your own podcast with Anchor. Or you can listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Breaker. And there are a couple of others
Probably.
too. Follow us on Instagram at unicornelsa09, but it's a private account, and most likely I won't let you follow me.
That's not true. We just got to do a little background check on you before we allow you to follow my daughter.
Follow us on TikTok at the Slytherin Twins. That's both of us, but mainly me.
Yeah, I just go in there and check for any people I need to do a background check.
Follow us on Twitter at Unicorn Elsa. The U and the E are capitalized. At Unicorn Elsa.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. I'm not very active on Twitter. So, because I don't have anything to tweet about. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye!